not pausing my camera when I do that? Hello? Can you help me test this for a second? Tell me if my camera paused. Is it pausing? I don't know. I can't tell. It freezes from my end. Anyway, glad to be on tonight. I have been trying to do this video for the longest, and the simple fact that something always gets in the way lets me know that there's a message that needs to be heard. So tonight, I just decided to get myself together and do it no matter what. For a lot of us, we find ourselves sometimes going in circles in life, and we go through certain life cycles, and it always kind of leads us back to the same place. And so that's where I found myself probably probably 6 months to a year ago. And everything for me always cycles back around to my voice. And it's not just my voice in singing or my voice in speaking, but it's just my voice, period. My thoughts, my opinions, my brilliance. And a lot of times we get ourselves in situations where we allow life to basically shut us down, and we allow life to shut us up. And when I was originally going to do this, I was going to write it all out and make it a blog. But I decided not to, because if I write a blog, that's not using my voice. That's using a voice, but that's not using my voice. So that's using a writing voice, but I am getting myself used to hearing my voice speak again. And I haven't done that in a very long time. Just a few Sundays ago, I actually posted the rehearsal I had, but I haven't sang probably in almost 2 years. And just to be able to hear myself do that again, and it was fulfilling, to say the least. It was fulfilling, but it also let me know again just how important my voice is. And I want you guys to remember that as you go through life, there's going to be some things that just try to shut you down, and you stop using your voice, and it's not intentional. It's not intentional. I just got to a point that every time I said something, it felt like people felt like I was challenging them, or I was hurting somebody's feelings, or whatever. So you kind of just learn to shut up and keep everything to yourself. And that's what I've done probably for years. Sometimes, even in instances when I knew I was the answer, or I knew I had the answer, either I was the answer or I had the answer, I allowed my mouth to stay shut because I just didn't want the backlash of anything. But there's a certain responsibility that comes with your voice. And I think I was kind of shying away from that as well. But I've learned that it's detrimental to those who are connected to you for them to hear your voice. You are the voice of freedom for a lot of people. Your story is the voice of freedom for a lot of people. Your testimony is the voice of freedom for a lot of people. And the minute that you allow life to shut you down, there are people that are held in bondage because you won't speak. And so today, I just wanted to admonish all of you, and this is a work in progress for me as well, just reclaiming our voice, reclaiming our voice. Maxine Waters says to reclaim your time, but I'm telling you today to reclaim your voice. And one of the things I learned, even as I was having a rehearsal, was that when you don't use your voice, your physical voice, when you don't use your physical voice, the muscle, your voice muscle gets weak. And that's what I was able to relay that just to my life. You know, for all the times I shut up, when it was time to speak, it was like, oh my God, fear just came out. Fear, anxiety, everything just came over me when it's time to speak, because that voice muscle started to get weak. I've been a communicator all my life. I've never had a problem communicating. I probably talked too much when I was younger. But I've never had a problem communicating until I got older. And I allowed the opinions of people to shut me down. I allowed that to shut me down. And so now it's just, with my children, I wanted to make sure that I didn't do that. And sometimes I'm like, oh boy, did I make a mistake? But one thing I will always be sure of is that they will know how to express what they feel, how to express what's on their heart, because I made sure that they were all communicators. And I don't want anybody or anyone to shut that down for them, but I allow somebody to do, or people to do that to me. So I just wanted to remind you today just how important your voice is, how important you are to the world. There's no other voice like your voice. There is no other fingerprint like yours that makes you unique. You are unique, and I just don't want anyone to ever be shut down again. And trust me when I tell you, people don't have to understand. They don't have to understand what you say. They don't have to understand what you mean. What you have is not for everybody. The people who it's for, they will understand it. There's a tribe that's just for you. So you don't have to compromise your message, or you don't have to change your message, or you don't have to change who you are to try to get another audience, because who you are meant to speak to, they're there and they're waiting and they're ready for you. And you have that word of freedom for them. So I just want to admonish you today to never forget the importance of your voice. And if you don't use it like you used to, start getting used to the sound of your voice again. Sarah Jake said that a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, ah. And so literally, I've been walking around just talking, just to hear myself talk. I've been making videos just to see myself make videos. You know, that seems simplistic, but those are things I have to do to make sure that I am continuously reclaiming my voice. Sometimes you have to speak things you don't want to say, or speak things that make people uncomfortable, but trust me, the truth is always healing for you and for them. And so as I begin to use my voice over and over again, I believe that there is healing for people in my voice. Everybody has a different purpose and a different what do I want to call it? Calling, I guess, for lack of a better term. Everybody has a different purpose. Everybody has a different calling. And I know that a big part of mine is healing, is to bring healing to people. And it is to encourage people and inspire people. And so if I don't use my voice, there are people that won't be encouraged. If I don't use my voice, there are people that won't be inspired. If I don't use my voice, there are people that won't be healed. How selfish could I be? That's what I had to start thinking about. So I really want you all to just don't forget. Don't forget how important you are, how important your voice is. And like I said, life will come and try to shut you down. But please remember that your voice is the voice of freedom. It's not just freedom for them, but it's also freedom for you. And not to, well, it is sort of a shameless plug that I'll add in here. We'll be talking about this stuff and some more at our event in June, which is June 2nd, Saturday, June 2nd, from 10 to 4. It's called The Reawakening, The Dawning of a New Me. And when I say the dawning of a new me, sometimes we just need to be reawakened to who we are. You know, we've been sleeping on ourselves for a long time. We've been sleeping on ourselves and the power that we contain. So for those of you who are interested in attending, the website is www.purposeful, That's PURPOSEFULL life, LIFE.com. Please take a moment, and all the information is there. I believe that I put up a flyer that contains the speakers, but the speakers for the event will be Valerie Fields, Dr. Vicki Johnson, and Yvette Doreen. And we are so excited about what's going to happen. Thank you already to those of you that registered, and for the rest of you who are thinking about coming, registration ends May 1st. There will be no registrations taken after May 1st. So hopefully you'll have some time to come and be with us for this day. And I just wanted to leave that little message with you tonight. Nothing long and drawn out, but just remember how important you are and how important your voice is to this world. You can be the change. Have a good night.